Hello guys, welcome to my channel Test Code Automate. So this is my 7th video for the Playwright with TypeScript series. So in this video, I would be covering locator method uses with options argument in Playwright. So in the previous video, we have covered this page.locator method with this selector argument. Okay, so if you have not watched that video, please go there into the Playwright with TypeScript series and watch this video. I would be providing the link of this series into the description. So now coming on to the second argument, which is this options. So this particular argument for this page.locator method, the second argument, which is options, is optional. Okay, and there are different type of options which we can give. So there are these 4 type of options: hash, hasNot, hasText, and hasNotText. So let's start with the hash. So hash option matches elements containing an element that matches the inner locator. Okay, so let me give you an example. So let's use the same site, this sourcedemo.com, which we use to understand about this page.locator with selector. Okay, so let's inspect this particular username. We will try to kind of log in using these options second argument, right? So this is the username field. Okay, and here let's say for an example we want to detect this particular div, right? Okay, and we want to detect this div which has input field with the ID username. Okay, so for this we are going to use that hash option. Let's see how we can create this locator. So here I will create one more test. Here we will give the name practice of locator method with options. Okay, and the second argument here we need to give the anonymous function, which should be async parenthesis equals to greater than symbol, this arrow symbol, and curly braces, right? And then here we would be again try to log in with this hash option. Cut. And here we will again try to log in into the application with this second argument option. Okay, so let's start. So here we will put this await page dot go to, let's we need to log in again. So I will open the browser again. Okay, page dot go to. Okay, let me provide this page fixture. It is taking some different page offset. Okay, now it will take this page fixture which we have created. I forgot to put it here. We need to pass this argument here, right? Page fixture. Okay, now let's open the same site, the sourcedemo.com. Site double quotes as the string. Okay, now let's try to find that div, right? Page dot locator, same method we need to use, right? And let's detect this div, right? So to detect this div, we are going to use this class name form.group. Okay, let me check. Let me create a CSS selector here. So see, if we are using this class name to detect this div, we are able to get 2 elements, right? One is the username and second one is the password. So there are 2 div with the same class name. Okay, so let's copy it. So for now we will use this class name directly to detect that web element using this locator method. It would be kind of giving this strict violation error, right? Because it is not able to find the unique element. So let's use this. Okay, and then what we are going to do, we are going to provide that second argument, that options, right? Hash. So we have already provided the selector, but with this we would be able to detect 2 elements, as you can see here into the application, this DOM model, right? These 2 elements we are getting. So now let's provide the second argument, so comma, and there you need to put the parenthesis. Okay, now we are going to use the hash colon, and then you need to put that locator again, right, which should be there. Okay, so let's put it like this, page dot locator. If you will see, this hash is kind of accepting a locator, right? So that's why we are going to kind of create one more locator, and this particular locator, we are going to use this locator, right? So what we are doing, we want to detect the div which has, okay, we are using this hash, this username, which has this input field as id of username, okay, user hyphen name. So let's use this. So here we are going to use the id, okay, double quotes. Let's use the css only, hash. To kind of give the id, we need to put the hash, okay, username. If you want to use this input html tag also, then you can use. Let's first check if it is the valid one or not. So here into the development tool only, you can, developers tool, you can just search it. So see, it is able to detect this input field, okay. So and now we are going to click here. So what it would do, let me tell you. So as you read this description, right, so matches, this hash matches the element, okay. So we are going to match this div, right, containing an element that matches the inner locator, okay. So that's what we are doing. We are trying to find the div, okay, which is containing an input field, right, input html tag, okay. And for that we have already provided this id to detect that input element tag, right. So here matches an element, has matches an element that contain an element that matches the inner locator, okay. So let's try to and one more thing, I'm performing click operation. So here it will try to click onto this particular tab, right, here it will try to click. So now if we are directly putting this form underscore group, so we are able to detect the two element, right, two elements. But here, as we have given this hash option, so we are going to detect this div form underscore group, which has the locator, which has this input locator having the id user hyphen name. So we would be able to detect the unique element in that case, right. So and here we are trying to perform the click, and after click, let's type something here, okay, because into the div we cannot fill the value directly, right. So we need to type it, okay. So how we can type? So previously we have used the fill method, now we are going to use, let's copy it same. For now I'm copying the same locator, although we can create one constant variable and use that variable, but for now I'm directly using it. And then let's type. So this type, previously this type was there, which is now deprecated. So if you'll use this type, you will be able to see this deprecated mark, right. So on this place we can use the different method, which is this press sequentially, right. So let me use this method, press sequentially. So it is going to press those keys which I'm going to give here, right. So here let's give this username standard user only, okay. Okay, so let's run it. So with this I would be able to run this particular test only, so directly I'm running it from here, okay. So what it will do, it will open this link and it will try to type the username. This is standard user, right. Let's see. So see, it typed that standard username, right. It clicked onto this div and then it kind of typed using this press sequentially method. So previously we have used this fill method because we have detected the locator which was having input HTML tag, right. So in the input tag we can fill value directly, but here we will have to click onto the div, then we will have to type that value, right. So that's what we are we are doing it here with the help of script. And one more thing which I've told you, right, if you will not give this option here, so what will happen, this playwright will detect two elements, right? As I told, there are two divs which are having the same class name. Let's try to run it here directly. So here we will get that strict violation error, right? See, this strict mode violation error we got because it is able to detect the two divs which are having the same class name. So that's why we have provided, or we have used that hash option to detect the unique element, right? Okay, so now let's try to do the same with the let's try to type the password, but now we are going to use that hasNot method, right? Let's see what is this hasNot option. Sorry. So hasNot option matches an element that do not contain an element that matches the inner locator, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to just use the hasNot, and let's see how we would be able to detect the password field. Okay, let let me type it again. Okay, let's copy the same thing here. Okay, these two lines. Okay, and here only I would be using that hasNot. So we have provided this page.locator where we are using the same div, right? Form underscore group from here. Okay, this one. And then we are going to use that hasNot. Okay, so now the opposite thing is going to happen. We want to detect this div form underscore group which is not having this input element, right? So there are two divs, okay, form underscore group, which has class name as form underscore group, right? And now we want to detect that div which is not having the input element with this id user hyphen name, right? So what will happen if we are going to use that hasNot? So it will try to detect second div. We are trying to detect the div which is not having this input field with the id user hyphen name. So now there is only second option which is left, right? So it will try to detect this div, and we will do the same. We will try to click here and we will try to type those values, right? One, there is another way which we could have done, right? Like this username, we would have used this id, right? We would have detected this div which has the input field as id password. Okay, id equals to password, but now we are trying to use that hasNot. I'm trying to explain you that hasNot. So that's why what we are doing, we are trying to detect this div which is not having input tag with the id username, right? So second tag only, second div only should be get detected, right? Let's use this hasNot and let's try to put this password secret sauce. Okay, so see, by just using the same locator, but here we are using the hash, so it will detect the first from group, and here we are going to use this hasNot. So it is kind of it will try to detect the div which is not having that username input field, right? Okay, let's run it. Let me close it, and let's now run it into the debug mode. Okay, from here also you can directly run it into the debug mode, right? You can right click onto this, and here you would be able to see the debug test, run test option, or you can go into this testing thing, right? And the same option, from there you can directly click onto the debug. So let's run it from here, debug test. Okay, so it will open the browser, it will type the username, it will stop at this particular point. Let's see. So this, I think it has already typed this standard user, and see, now we are able to this particular element is highlighted where we are trying to locate an element form.group which is not having that input. See, hasNot we have used, which is not having that locator, right, with the input tag of username, right? So now it will detect that it is kind of detecting that password field. So let's tap over. So let's click there and we'll try to type that sequentially. So see, here it has already typed the password also. And let's resume it to find it. Okay, so that's it about the hash and hasNot. Now let's come on to the other option, which are hasText and hasNotText. Okay, so let's start with the hasText. So here hasText matches the element containing the specified text. Okay, somewhere inside, possibly in child or the descendant element. So let's understand it with the help of an example. So let's log in into the application, then we will check that example. So now we need to click onto the login button also, right? Into this, if you will click onto this login button, it will try to detect it, right? So let's use this ID to log in. Click onto the login button. Wait, page dot locator, and let's use this ID to detect it. Double quotes, because we need to provide the selector as the string, right? That we learned into the previous video. And hash here you can put at login button, and then let's click here. Okay, and once we click there, let's try to click here. Okay, so now we are going to use that hasText, right? So let's try to click on any of the link, right? Let's try to click on the link which has a text of this Sauce Labs backpack. Okay, so to detect this link, let's use this anchor tag. So what we will do, sorry. So if we will just type this /a, right? This is the X path where we are trying to detect all the anchor tags. Okay, so here if you will see, there are around 20 anchor tags which we are able to detect. But what we want to do, we want to detect this anchor tag which is having the text of the Sauce Labs backpack. So this is the one, right? So one way is that we can directly provide this ID, but we want to use that hashtag, right? Just assume that we are not having any of this ID or the unique locator, right? Unique attribute to detect this particular anchor tag, but we are having this text, right? So what we will do, so this anchor tag is having the child div, right? Where this text is there, Sauce Labs backpack. So let's try to create the locator. So here we need to give this page dot locator, okay, and then this, let's put this XPath, right? This is kind of XPath, but it is not going to detect the unique element. So now what we are going to do, we are going to put this comma, we are going to use that option, right? Which is this one, hasText. Where is it? This one, right? Hashtag, which is going to accept the string or the regular expression. For now, we are going to use the string, and then for this hasNot, we will understand this, how we can give this regex. Okay, so here we need to use that hash text boolean, and then you need to give that text value, right, which you want to detect. So Sauce Lab backpacks. So it is not going to detect this particular div, but it is going to detect this A, right? What we are saying here, that I want to detect a locator which is having a text, has text, right, of this Sauce Lab backpacks. We are going to detect the anchor tag which is having a text of this Sauce Lab backpacks, and it may be child of that particular anchor tag, or this anchor tag itself is having that particular text, or any descendant, right? That's what we understand into the description also, this definition, right? Matches this hash text matches the elements containing the specified tag somewhere inside, possibly in child or any descendant element, right? So that's why we have put it like this. So we are going to detect this anchor tag. Now let's click on it, and let's try to run it into the debug mode. We have debug test. See, now as we have put, we are able to detect this anchor tag. See, this Playwright has already kind of put this prefix xpath equals to, because we have put the double forward slash, right? We have talked it in the previous video, and then it is trying to only filter that anchor tag which has text of this Sauce Labs backpack. So that's what we have did, and we will try to step over. It will kind of click onto that link, right? See here, it got clicked, and now this sauce labs backpack is open, and this link is open. Let's go back. So now let's understand about this hasNotText. So this hasNotText matches an element that do not contain the specified text somewhere inside, possibly in child or the descendant element. So this hasNotText is kind of vice versa of this hasText, right? So it was trying to, this hasText was trying to detect the element, right, which was having the specific text, right? Now we are trying to detect the element which is not having that specific text, right? So for this one we are going to use the regular expression, right? So regular expressions are a kind of pattern used to match character combinations in a string, right? And if you want to learn more about this regular expression, you can go to this particular link, Geeks for Greeks, and from there you can open this particular article. I will provide this link so that you can go through this, what exactly are the regular expression and how you can create the different regular expression. You can read it from here, but for now, to write the regular expression you need to put these two forward slashes, and between that you would be putting that regular expression. So let's see. So for now, what we are going to do to to understand about this hasNotText, let's let's try to click onto this element. Okay, let's inspect it. So here what I will try to do, I will try to detect this div, okay, inventory item name, which is having the class inventory item name, okay, but using this hasNotText, right? So what I will do, if you will see this this particular class name, if I put it here, so see, it is able to detect the multiple elements, right? These are all the elements, right? All these links of these cards, see, are having the same class name, inventory underscore item underscore name, right? And what we need, we only need the link which is not having this text, right? Let's say we want to click onto this link, okay, and this link is not having this source text, right? So what we will do, we will create a regular expression which will try to find such link, right? So let me create that locator, then I will explaining what how exactly I've done it. So what can I do here? Await, same thing, page dot locator, and here we will provide this class name, right? Inventory item name. But this particular class name for now will detect, what it will do, it will detect 6 elements, right? Because all of these cards link are having same class name. So let's detect it. Okay, and now I'm going to provide that option second argument inside the curly braces, same syntax, right? We need to provide it inside the curly braces, and this hasNotText is going to accept, right, string or the regular expression. So we have taken the example of this string for this hashtag. Now let's understand about this regular expression. So hash not, and this one, right, hasNotText we are going to use colon, and then you need to put the regular expression, right? So to create the regular expression you need to put these two forward slashes, and inside it, between it, you are going to write that regular expression. So what regular expression we want, we want to get all the string right here which is not which is kind of having this source keyword. So let's write SAUCE, but after that these words are different, right? Here it is having sauce lab backpacks, it is here it is having sauce labs bike light, sauce labs flea jackets, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to use this sauce. After this we are going to put dot star. What does that mean? So we want to get all the strings which is kind of starting with the sauce, okay, and then this dot star is kind of after this sauce anything can come with the zero or more occurrence. So this sauce, let's say if there is a link which is only having sauce, okay, it will detect that particular string also. and after this it is having different characters, right? But with this regular expression we would be able to detect all such strings. So what we are telling here to the Playwright to go to this particular locator with this class name, right? So if we will just use this class name, we would be able to detect the 6 elements. Okay, so we would not be able to click on any of the element because of that strict mode violation, right? And as I've told, right, we are going to detect this inventory item name locator class name, which is not having the text of source. So what it would detect, right? So here there are 6 elements which we are able to detect, but there is only one link which is not having that source keyword, right? This one. So it should be able to, out of the 6 links, right? These 5 are having source. So we don't want that particular div, right? We want just this particular link. So we are going to do the same thing, right? Here we would be able to detect that element which is not having this text source inside it. And now let's click on it. Okay, let me comment out this particular line, otherwise it will click on this one also. Okay, and let's first run it into the debug mode. Right click, debug test. Here it will again log in into the application, right? Browser is already open. So see, now as you are able to see, this particular link is highlighted because we are able to detect that locator with this class name. Okay, it detected 6, but now it filtered to the one which is not having the source keyword. Okay, and now if I will step over, or let me resume it, so directly it will click it and did the execution, right? So it clicked onto this link and now this page is open. So that's what and this is all about this hasNotText. Okay, so that's it for this particular video. Let me give you the quick recap. Okay, so we here in this video we understood about this page.locator, the second argument options, right? Where this page.locator is having different options. There are 4 type of options. Hash. Okay, with this we were able to detect the element which was having an inner element. Okay, we were able to that match that inner element, and then on the basis of that we detected the parent element, right? While logging in, right here, as you can see into the Visual Studio, right? Hash has that particular element. Now on to the second hasNot option. What we did, we tried to detect this element, okay, this div which is not having this particular locator, right? And the third one, we use this hasText. So we try to detect the anchor tag element which is having text source left backpack. Okay, and into this hasNotText, what we try to did, we tried to detect this element inventory item with the class name inventory item name which is not having the source keyword inside it, right? So out of 6 it was able to detect the single element there and was able to click on it. Okay, so that's it from my end. If you have any comments, questions, doubts, you can reach out to me into the comment section below. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Have a great day.